Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Puppets, today joined by...
Plinner?
Yes, Plinner, as some people call you.
Okay.
I have read that in the comments. Okay. It's P-L-I-N-N-E, the way you spell it.
Remember that.
Yes. Remember that. But you brought a beer for us to try today. Actually one that was... It's been really hard to get. They released it and it was gone quite quickly. It's a very small amount, but let us know what did you bring?
Well, actually, this is from a friend I know, and he told me about this beer quite a few times, but he couldn't remember the name of it. And one day he just brought it.
And he gave it to you as a gift.
As a gift, yeah. So yeah, that's about it.
Well, that's a pretty good gift.
It's been barrel aged in a few different barrels.
Yeah, so
it took a few years.
Yeah, so this is Amager, Bryghus, White Labs yeast, and Mikkeller's Big, Bold, and Beautiful. They call it a strong ale that's been barrel aged. I guess American strong ale because I guess it almost doesn't fall into a category. But this beer started in 2010, and they set out on a mission with Mikkeller and White Labs, where Mikkeller provided the barrels, White Labs provided yeast, and then of course Amager did the brewing because it's in an Amager bottle. They set out to try and make the strongest yet tastiest beer they could.
Okay.
With the help of that was Danish. With the help of different things, and it was fermented with different sugars, fed different sugars, and the tank it was oxygenated all the time to keep the yeast culture strong enough to get up to quite high percent. And then they finished it, aging it in tequila and cognac barrels, and they ended up with an 18% barrel aged imperial strong ale, as they say. 18%. This is, and we're splitting this bottle to people. 25 centiliters. That's like a small glass of really, really strong dessert wine. But hey, it's Friday.
Yeah.
So it's brewed with Pilsner malt and malt extract, and that's it. Wow! But look at the color, though.
It looks like it's pitch black.
That is either oxidation or probably from barrels, or maybe it's dark malt extract. I don't know. The hops is Northern Brewer, and the yeast they use is California Ale, Champagne yeast, and the San Diego Super High Gravity Ale yeast. Or is it just White Lab Super High Gravity? Something like that. And then all these yeast. And then it says that the beer was aged in barrels for 6 years.
Okay, yeah.
To just absorb flavor and whatnot, and just they forgot about it. I think it's one of the longest aged beers I've had. And then after that, they blended it, and then after it was blended, it had to sit in a steel tank for 2 years until it was ready to drink. Until they didn't. Okay, now it's tasting nice. So it took them 8 years to release this.
Just imagine if this turned
8
out
years.
really bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But from what I heard, it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, and actually it says enjoy around 7 to 11 degrees Celsius. This is pretty much exactly what it is at right now. It's slightly chilled. This will be fun. This will be interesting. Yeah. So the head, of course, pancakes really quickly. You still have a little bit left, but at such a strong beer, you can't expect to have a lot of head.
But when you poured it, it
did have
quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Just look at the alcohol legs on the glass.
Oh yeah.
Those like that's going to be
some curtains.
Yes, this is going to be some strong ass stuff. And it's like really dark brown, I'd say, almost black. But the head that was there was kind of like yours.
More like a really, really dark red.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
And the head you have there is like tan. But I can smell it. It smells like fucking sherry or something almost. Let's check out the aroma. Oh, that's some strong stuff.
There's a lot of stuff going on there. Definitely.
But also the 18%, it tingles a bit on the nostrils. Just a little.
It's quite minerally, I think, in the smell.
To me, it smells so much like a fucking port wine or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a really oaky, but also like almost like slightly smoky port wine.
Yeah.
It's like super dry and figgy and raisiny, and the cognac really shines with like this uber like rich dried grape quality. Loads of charred oak and vanilla too, and then there's I wouldn't say boozy, but you smell this like you feel this strong sensation of like burning alcohol in your nostrils, without being too unpleasant. It's almost like smelling a liqueur or a port wine.
Yeah, well, it's very port wine like. So yeah.
What are you picking up?
Well, basically dark fruits, maybe some dark chocolate in there.
Yeah. I got a hint of almond, almost cherry right there.
Almond.
Yeah, like a dried cherry or something.
Yeah, I know what you mean about the almond, yeah.
And it's definitely been oxidizing in the barrel over time, but it's like a really good oxidation. It's not like this papery thing. It's like this really, almost like leathery, really sherry, like dark fruity oxidation.
Yeah.
It smells like one big ass beer. Let's try it. This seems like great stuff. Cheers! Thanks for sharing this, man. I think this might be one of the only bottles. Like they only did, I think like a few hundred bottles or so of this, and when it was sold out, it was gone, really quickly. And this is probably not something they're going to make again.
And we shouldn't forget to say tak Karsten.
Tak Karsten for sharing.
Yeah.
That's right. Cheers. Wow, that was totally not what I expected.
No.
That's like
very much dark fruits, actually.
Fuck. This is like drinking a glass of port wine, pretty much. Holy crap. Really warming, but it's not boozy.
But very
Fuck, that's good.
Forward.
Yeah, this is like old ale, barley wine kind of style beer. It's got a lot of sweetness left as well, which really actually works quite well. Kind of like in your port wines and whatnot. It really reminds me of something. What is warming going down? It's not like it's burning like you take a shot, but it's like this warmth. I think it's nice enough, but this is a sipper.
Well, I think
we should have some other beers in between and have this on the side, I think, because if we just dome this in the next half hour or whatever.
But the texture itself, actually, or mouthfeel, you say, is actually pretty much exactly like port wine.
Yeah, it's like oily.
Yeah.
Oily and sticky and sugary.
Yeah.
Without being cloying. That oxidation that's happened. Oh, there's almost got some nuttiness there, like toasted nuts. There's so much going on. Tobacco, almost like a smoky edge. Dried figs and prunes and raisins, all kinds of dried fruit, and lots of caramel and toffee. This kind of cognac-y grape thing really shines. I wouldn't say I could taste tequila.
No, that's very well hidden.
But I think it's also because of the oxidation of the beer, so that's kind of hidden a bit. But the barrel, like this really woody oaky character shines. But the thing is, it's so sweet that, it's not like too sweet, but it's got so much sweetness that it really works well with that drying oak because it balances it out, so it's not all just dry wood.
Yeah, it is very sweet. It's almost like
dessert.
Yeah, you could have this as a dessert on its own.
You can easily split this bottle between 4 or 5 people if you have one.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe he gets lucky when he gets
small port wine glasses, and everyone would be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're dumping 25 centiliters each.
And we will be very happy.
Yeah. Maybe Henrik will be lucky, the General of Goose, to have a taste whenever he arrives.
If he arrives soon, he can have a taste. If not, it's all gone.
Man. It's really fucking good though. So pruny, raisiny, figgy. There's like molassesy notes. There's also loads of like kind of muscovado sugar or brown sugar and caramelized figs for sure, as one of your favorite tasting.
I love caramelized figs.
Yeah. Caramelized figs. But from the aroma, I didn't expect this beer to have such a high drinkability as it does.
No.
But this would be fun to serve to a wine drinker.
Yeah.
And challenge them. I was like, oh, that's a great port wine. What do you got? My friend, this is not a port wine. This is a beer.
Quick mistake for a port wine. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, literally. This really blends that well. Okay, they say, yeah, I will agree with them. It's not the strongest beer in the world, but it's one of the tastier strong beers I've had. Because often these 18-20% beers, they get...
Oh, don't forget, it's actually not boozy.
Yeah, it's not boozy. Not at all. It's got alcohol and warmth, but there's no booze, which is amazing. Because if you look at... I just want to bring up like brewery. Those are like 18, sometimes 20%, 16%, really strong. They're in the same vein. This reminds me of like a brewery beer, but I have had some of the 20% plus ones from them that had gotten this kind of boozy, acrid kind of thing when they were young. But this one, they did all the aging for you, so you don't have to worry about that. I wouldn't even, like this, you don't have to age whatsoever. You probably could, because it's been aged for so long in a tank at their brewery, there's really no need. It really reminds me of drinking like the old school, like a Thomas Hardy or something like that. These really old school, old ale barley wines from England when they're aged for a long time. It reminds me of like a really strong version of something like that. So like if you're a Thomas Hardy fan, you need to get some of this. Like this reminds me of like OG aged Thomas Hardy, but just even more flavors.
But you said they only made, 100, 200 bottles?
I think it's probably like 300 maybe. I'm not entirely sure how many. It was a very small amount, and they were quite expensive, the bottles. I think they went for sale at Mikkeller's webshop for like $249 or $299.
Oh, shit.
Almost the same as a bottle of port wine. But of course, it's taken 8 years to make the beer.
Yeah.
But I think it's great. I'm thinking like a 95, 96. This is world-class strong beer. If you like these kind of styles. It's actually much better than I expected from the aroma. From the aroma, I was a little bit, is this going to be like really boozy? And then it's just like fucking great port winey, beery goodness.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm gonna one-up you, so 97.
It is really fucking good. There's even almost chocolatey vibes.
Yeah.
Like a coconut or something.
I was thinking from the notes it must have been like dark chocolate, but it's not really dark chocolate in the taste. It's more like some kind of milk chocolate.
Yeah, or just like cocoa powder or cocoa nibs used in baking. Yeah. It reminds me more of that. But fuck, this is great. It's impressive that it's got so much flavor from time and barrel aging. And there's only 2 different malts. Pilsner and malt extract. I think that's pretty impressive. But that's just showing how oxidation and barrel aging and also yeast can provide many different flavors. Well, this is fun stuff. Thanks a ton for sharing this, man. This is a treat. Wouldn't have gotten
Thanks to Carsten again.
Thanks a ton to Carsten. So if you guys had a chance to try the Amager Bryghus, White Labs, and Mikkeller's Big, Bold, and Beautiful Barrel-Aged Imperial Strong Ale, let us know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And we're going to say cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Pete. And see you guys in another beer review.